I have the sample paper, the CBSE sample paper today, and let us take up some questions from file handling. Students, first of all, a few instructions regarding your exam, right? Now, in your test, I hope you all have taken the revision test. If you have not done it, already the link has been posted yesterday in the class group. Just scroll a few steps above and please attempt that test. Okay. And in that test, you will find maximum questions are based on application based odds questions. Okay. They are based on the concept. So you need to first work it out in your copy. Don't worry, you will get 1 hour only. There was one mistake because I had sent that same message in the other classes also. So I forgot to change the time. You'll get 1 hour time, but please utilize that time well and do work out in your copies to find out the outputs or errors of certain questions. Okay. Right. So let's move on to our today's class. We have a question over here. Which of the following option is not correct? 4 options are given. Now, for these type of questions, students, what you need to do is just start eliminating the options one by one. Read one and analyze it and eliminate, right, till we get the correct option. So here it is. If we try to read a text file that does not exist, an error occurs. This is correct. If we try to read a text file that does not exist, the file gets created. Now take a look here, read a text file. I am saying reading a text file, right? And when you are reading a text file, it doesn't create any file, right? Okay. Then see, if we try to write on a text file that does not exist, no error occurs. Why? Because the file will be created. Then if we try to write on a text file that does not exist, the file gets created. Yes. So all, I mean, A, C and D are correct. B is the one which is incorrect. So Shlok, your answer is right. Next one. Which of the following options can be used to read the first line of a text file, myfile.txt? Who will give me this answer? Read each of them very carefully and find out the correct one. Ananya Kumari says C. Yes, the correct answer is C, because in C we are using the read line function which will read the first line. The first one will read the entire content because it is read. Next one will read first n bytes from the file, okay, and it is not necessarily the single line. And the last one will also read all the lines from the file. Fine. One more question. Read lines function, when it is used, how does it return the file content? In what format? In what format?
In a list.
In the form of a list. List of what? List of dash. Fill in the blanks. List of strings. Okay, each item within the list will be a string, and each string actually represents every line of, or one line of the disk file. Okay, assume that the position of the file pointer is at the beginning of third line in a text file, right? Which of the following? Now see, you have to imagine a lot many things. Okay, beginning of the third line, that means, let me just take a, okay, so beginning of a third line, that means this is my first line, this is my second line, and this is my third line. So your pointer is over here at the beginning of the third line. Okay, so see, this way you visualize in your mind. First of all, पहली तस्वीर आपने ये बना ली. Next is, which of the following options can be used to read all the remaining lines? Now, how do you read all the remaining lines? myfile.read, this will read the entire content. Okay, myfile.readn, myfile.readline, or myfile.readlines. Tell me the answer. Okay, it is read lines. Okay, so over here the thing is the read lines function. This function can be used to read the remaining lines. You have already, your file pointer is set over here. Okay, so this is a new information, students. Keep this in your mind. To read the rest of the lines, you will be needing what? Read line function, because it starts reading from the next point. That is the from the file pointer position, right? There is a function which is used to set the file pointer at a specific location within the file. What is that function known as? Yes, tell me. There is a specific function which is used to set the file pointer at a specific position within the file. What is that function known as? It is the seek function. Okay, the seek function is used to set the file pointer at a certain point. Normally, you might have seen I use it with a file object, my file dot seek, and we set it at 0. Okay, like 0 means at the beginning of the file, right? Some more information about seek is there, which we will be seeing in the later classes slowly. Coming to the next question. A text file student.txt is stored in the storage device. Identify the correct option out of the following options to open the file in read mode. Okay. So in this question, now this question is a type of assertion and reasoning based question. Can you see this? A type of that. So already here 4 such statements are given. You have to identify the correct option out of the following options. Now there could be one single correct option also out of these 4, or more than one also. Let's analyze each one of them. Okay. Tell me, what answer should I write for the first one? Is the first one correct? Let's analyze. It is open student.txt RB. So to open the file in the read mode, right? And this is a text file, and RB represents binary file. So my first option is ruled out. Okay. Going to the next one, W ruled out because I want to read from the file. Third option, again text file and read. Is this correct? I think this one is correct. Why? Because text file is there and I'm only using R. That is for read mode. And only R means doing the work on the text file. Last one is my file equals open student.txt. This is also correct because default is read mode. That means third and fourth are correct. So out of these 4 options, which one will be correct? Both third and fourth. Understood this? How this question is solved? Next. Go to the next one. Now you can see in your sample paper questions related to tuples, strings, operators. That is basics which you have studied in class 11. That is also there. Question number 11. Which of the following statements is incorrect in the context of binary files? Take your time to read all the lines and give me the correct answer. Information is stored in the same format in which the information is held in the memory. No character translation takes place. Every line ends with a new line character. Pickle module is used for reading and writing. Now, question is, which of the following is incorrect? That means there would be one statement which is incorrect and rest would be correct. So you can see the first one is correct. No internal translation takes place. That is also correct. Every line ends with a new line character. This is wrong because in a binary file, there is no end of line character, and pickle module is used. This is also correct. So your correct answer to this question is C, which is the incorrect one. Okay. Question number 12. What is the significance of the tell method? Tell method, answer is It tells the current position of the file pointer within the file. So B is the correct answer for this. Then C, most of the questions which you are finding, some of the questions are also understanding based. That is, you just need, if the concept is clear to you, you can easily solve that. And concept will be clear only when you practice it. Which of the following statement is true? Pickling creates an object from a sequence of bytes. Pickling is used for object serialization. Pickling is used for object deserialization, is used to manage all types of files. So let me explain. The correct answer is this one. So pickling is a method. Now we already know that pickle module is used for binary files, and binary files are the most suited type of files or format of files which help to store data in the form of an object. Like you can, if you are creating a list object, you can store it in that form. If you are creating a tuple object or a dictionary object, you can save the data in that form. Serialization means objects are placed one after the other. Got it? That means one after the other the objects are placed such that when the objects are to be extracted, that is read from the file, they will also be read in that same format, as well as they will be easily extracted one after another. Okay, एक के बाद एक read कर सकते हैं, right? So that is what is meant by object serialization. More I will look into it. See, there it's not like the teacher can give you the complete information. As and when certain things we come across, we look into that, right? Coming to the next question. Seek function I need to teach you in detail. Okay, so I'll be doing that after your PT2 exam. Few more things we will see in the seek function. And I haven't given anything related to that seek function in this test. Yes, very important. 15th question. Please read this and give me the correct answer. Which of the following components are part of a function header in Python? Tell me the correct answer. Yes, both A and C. Function name and parameter list, they are the part of the function header. If some people are confused, let me tell you, like you write def, okay, function name, like function 1, A, comma B. So this is parameter list. And this is your function name. Very good. Which of the following function header is correct? Question number 16. Here you have to keep in mind positional arguments, keyword arguments, and optional arguments. You have to keep one thing in mind, that all the positional arguments, they are the compulsory arguments which will be in the beginning. All the optional arguments will be trailing. That is, सारे positional arguments लिखने के बाद ही आप optional arguments लिखोगे. And what are keyword arguments? Those arguments which can, while passing the values to the function, you use the name of the parameter to specify the value. Like in the function call, like this is the function header. So this what I am writing is the function call. Okay, and you specifically write r equals 4.5. It means what? This r is what? This is a positional r. This is a keyword argument which you are giving. Keyword argument in the sense, this is the keyword. This is the name of the parameter in the function header, and you are explicitly using its name to pass the value 4.5. So this is a keyword argument. Keyword argument, if you are using, they can placed anywhere, but they have to be placed after the positional arguments only, right? So which one? Let's check out the first one. Def cal SI, that is calculate simple interest. This is the name of the function. P equals 100. This P equals 100 means this is which type of an argument or a parameter? Optional argument. Okay. Or optional parameter or default parameter, which consists of a default value. R is a positional argument, as you can see, and T is again a default argument. So this is wrong. You cannot have positional arguments in between the default arguments, right? Second one, two default arguments and then a positional argument, ये भी गलत है. C, one positional argument, one default argument, then positional argument. This is also wrong. D, first positional argument, then default argument. So D is the correct one. Yes, very good. So D is the right one. Coming to next. Which of the following is the correct way to call a function? Very easy question. Jaldi bolo. Yes, Ananya Kumari, correct answer. The first one. Next, which of the following character acts as default delimiter in a CSV file? Delimiter in a CSV file. That is, which separates the value. Question number 18. Yes, correct answer, Ishan Mathur. It is comma. Comma is the default delimiter. Apart from that, you can use horizontal tab. Okay, that is /t also. Tab also you can use as the delimiter. New line also you can use. Syntax for opening. Now see a conceptual question. Syntax for opening student.csv file in write mode is. So this is a CSV file where we give one more argument here, new line, right? What is the importance of new line? I had explained this. A new line gets added to the file. Empty string gets appended to the first line. Empty string gets appended to all lines. EOL translation is suppressed. Now, what we had seen is why do we give this new line equals blank or empty string? Because we don't want an additional line to be inserted in between the records. Okay, C, let me just check. Question number 19. It is D. Okay. EOL translation is suppressed. Yes, that is the meaning. Actually, we have already used this. What happened was if you didn't use the new line character, you might have seen that between each of the records in the CSV file, a blank line was inserted. Right. So just to suppress this EOL translation, that is, we already know at the end of every record, we have an end of line character. So what it used to do is it used to insert that new line over here. So we didn't want that extra line, because of which we provided this argument. Hence, D is the correct answer. That is this, it suppresses this new line insertion. That is why EOL translation is suppressed. This is very clear. I'm not asking that one. Which of the following is not a function or method of CSV module in Python? Give me the correct answer here. Twenty-first question. Yes, Shlok, correct answer. It is the first one, that is read. This is not a valid function or method of CSV module. देखो ऐसे सारे questions भी आते हैं. Which one of the following is the default extension of a Python file? It's .py. Okay, so these type of simple questions also you get, which are from your 11th class fundamentals, that is Python revision tool. So do not ignore that. Okay, let's come to this question. Now this is a difficulty level is a little more. Which of the following statements opens a binary file record.bin in write mode and writes data from a list? Let me take a screenshot. So let's first underline, opens a binary file record.bin in write mode, right? And writes data from a list lst1 equals 1234 on the binary file. So two operations are to be done. One, binary file has to be opened in the write mode and this list has to be written. Let's check the first one. With open record.bin wb. Record.bin is correct. Wb we need to write, okay, and that too in a binary file. So I think this is correct. As my file, pickle.dump list one, that is object and my file. I think first one is correct. Next one is, no, this one is wrong because first you need to have the object which you are writing and then the name of the file object. So this is wrong. Next is WB plus, we don't, because we are not doing reading operation. They have mentioned clearly in the question that writes data. कहीं पे भी ये नहीं लिखा है कि reading data, writes data has been written. And then last one, with open record AB, that is append mode. Again यहाँ append ऐसा तो बोला नहीं है that value has to be added or data has to be added to the file. That has also not been mentioned. So the correct answer is A. Let's see some case study based questions. These questions I have not given. These output, specific output type questions we will be seeing later, because we need to study the seek and tell functions for that. Yes, we have a small code over here related to functions. What will be the output of the following Python code? Yes. So code is given and possible outputs are given. How will we solve this? So def add, now this will not be executed till it is called. So our execution starts from sum. Sum equals add 20 comma 30. So that means 20 is being sent to num. Okay, so I'm just going to, just a sec, I'm going to write here, this is 20 and this is 30. So num1 is 20. ऐसा आपको करना पड़ेगा ऐसे solve, right? And num2 is 30. So in your rough or in your in any blank area on your question paper or how, whichever way they provide, you have to work this out, right? Don't just guess the answers. You have to solve the question and select the correct answers, because many a times options would be very confusing, right? So you need to actually solve the question and find out the answer. So num1 is 20, num2 is 30. Sum equals num1 plus num2. That means, now see, these two are within the global area, okay? And we have a local area over here which contains num1 and num20. Let me remove these two from the global area because we are sending two values and these two values are actually over here only. Num1 is 20, num2 is 30, and sum is equal to num1 plus num2, that is 50. And only this is done. Print sum. Will you get any answer? What answer will it get? First of all, value is not getting returned. Okay, so in my opinion, it should be tell me, give me the answer to this. What is returned? If a function is a void function, that is if it doesn't return any value, it returns what? None. So sum equals and we called the function, but it didn't return any value. What gets returned over here? None will get returned. Value is calculated, but we didn't write return sum. So by default, what will be returned from this function? None. Print sum, it will print none. Let us check the answer. Question number 34. Yes, the correct answer is none. Got it? Next. Another question I'm having over here. What will be the output of the following code? Now code is given def myfunc. So our program will execute from this point. Print myfunc 50. So that means now it will be called and 50. That is both are which type of arguments? Optional arguments. For the first one, now this 50 is being passed means this 50 will be taken by var1, variable 1, right? This is my global area, this is my local area, and within this var1 is what? 50, because it will override the existing value and use the past value, and var2 is what? 200. Okay, let's do the other executions here. var1 plus equal to 10, so that means it becomes 60. var2 equals var2 minus 10, that means this becomes 190. Okay, and now return var1 plus var2. So return will be what? 60 plus 190, which is equal to 250. Am I correct? This 250 is going to be returned over here in place of myfunc. So 1 to 50 value is returned. Okay, and now there after comma there is another function call. Again it will go back here, and now it is going to use these two values 100 and 200. Going to first remove these existing values. Now what are the values here? This is 100 and this is 200, because no value is passed. It means the default value will be used. So var1 is what? Plus 10, so 110, and var2 is 190 as usual. And now when we add the two values, it will give me 300, which will be returned. And returned where? Over here. So what is my answer? In the previous one, what was the answer? 250 and 300. Answer D, option D. Let's check the answer. Yes, so this is option D. Is it clear? This way you can solve all these questions. Let me move ahead. Okay, let's solve this question. Suppose content of myfile.txt is this. Okay, what will be the output of the following code? The code is myfile equals open. First of all, this will be opened in which mode? Read mode. That is the default. Next, record equals myfile.read.split. Myfile.read will do what? It will read the entire content of the file. Okay, and then split that based on what? Spaces. So that means, and now we have to print the length of that record. We know that split function, it splits the given string, okay, in given string, and if we don't pass any argument, that means it will be splitting it based on spaces. जहां भी उसको space मिलेगा वहीं पे वो उसको क्या करेगा? Divide कर देगा, right? It is going to divide all of that, and now let us just count all the words. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 24, 25, 26. Getting 26 here, let me check whether it's the correct answer or not. Yes, the correct answer is 26. So you can see a very simple question. Okay, so 26 is the correct answer here. So all you need to do is when you read the entire content, that will, this part will be returning a string object. And then on that string object, what is being applied? Split function. So split function will simply split it based on all the strings and the end of line characters over here. And the result is all the words which are contained in the string. So that is print length record myfile.close. Right? I hope everybody understood this. Was it clear? Move on. Yes. So I am giving you this one question. Okay. Yes, take this question. Suppose content of myfile.txt is this. What will be the output of the following code? Tell me that quickly. Solve it right now and give me the answer. Very simple question. Yes, very good answer. It is option C. So option B, that is 3. All this code is doing, read the content of the file, okay, and save it in the variable, the string object x. X dot count the, how many times you find the 1, 2, and 3. That will be saved in y, print y, that is 3, and close the. So that's all, students. Okay, you need